Yeah, I went for a walk to test my camera, and I missed one big load. Now here's another one. But this guy is light, he just has a step deck. But this is a cool spot to observe. Big trucks. Hold on. Now this was a regular intersection with a stop sign. And diesel is 209. And I'm sitting like that. I'm super long. I cannot go to the pumps, but I have to fuel before I leave, because it's gonna be more expensive at the border. So I'm like 4 hours away, right? This is Carrington. I'm 4 hours away from the border, but I cannot cross until Monday because I need engineering approval. But my North Dakota permit expires today. Today is the last day, so I have to get out of here and get, you know, right next to the border. And so what I'm gonna do today is, I cannot turn like this to the pump, but I don't want to go on the road, because this one is, you know, my wheels go on this red stone. I don't want to do that because I'm 105 feet long. So I figured what I do is I'll go around the building, because I'm pointed that way. So I'm gonna go around the building of this Casey's truck stop and go in here where the gray truck is parked, and then I can make it, you know, without going outside, because again, it's gonna be tricky for me. I'm too long. So anyway, took the first picture. That's my truck. Oh, look at this, beautiful. And they're already starting to wane, but I appreciate the effort, you know. At the major road, probably maybe the air is killing them over here. And eventually I'm gonna go that way. Yeah, that's 52 towards Canada. And where I'm going is, I searched Google Maps for hydraulics or farm supply store, because I realized, wait a second, this is a farm town, right? You see there's a farm dealer over here. Maybe I'll go take a picture of those monstrous harvesters. They look pretty good. Because I'm just basically, I'm going for a walk to test my camera, right? But at the same time doing a video for you guys. And also I took a picture of my coupler, and I called the guy. I said, "Do you guys sell any O-rings?" He says, "Yeah, we do," but he does not know what size they are. And look at that, those are like huge. Yeah, I want to take a picture of these so that you can see cases in the back. Case in the back. But I took 2 shots with this camera, and right away I remembered why I loved Nikon. The sound of the shutter. And why I was missing that on mirrorless cameras. The sound of the shutter is warming my heart. It sounds like, you know, a real professional camera, and it's so satisfying. And actually that's the major reason why you buy a camera, you know, like, or why you sell a camera, because, you know, remember those cheap, we call them мыльница, those cheap plastic cameras, like tick, click, click. There was no sound, you know. But these professional cameras, they have such a nice, super awesome, cool sound. That's what this Nikon D850 has. A super awesome, fantastic shutter release sound. All right, let me take a picture. Love it. Love the sound. Perfect. Beautiful. And so that's the camera. It's huge. It's pretty heavy. The camera is 900 grams. The lens, Tamron 35 1.4, is 800 grams. So this is definitely heavier than the mirrorless setup. But on mirrorless, if you buy a professional lens like 2470 or 7200, that's 2 pounds as well, you know. So yeah, the camera is probably 600 grams, 1.5 pounds, but the lenses are super heavy and they're super expensive, and that's pretty much, that's the major reason I wanted to call this video why I switched back to Nikon. And so reason one was that the Canon R6 that I pre-ordered kept getting postponed, and now the Henry's guy told me, like Henry's, the photography store in Canada, he says we don't expect it until October. And I sold my Canon EOS R. I sold all lenses, right? And that's when, wait a second, I have no Canon gear left, so I'm not tied to the brand, you know. And I was a Nikon guy anyway originally. I just like I think their sensors are better. Well, at least on DSLRs, because I think they use Sony sensors, and you can tell even by the crop, you know, by the crop factor is 1.5 on crop sensor cameras versus 1.6 on Canon. So Canon sensors are smaller, at least on crop sensor cameras, right? And then I never was a fan of JPEG. Like Canon JPEG files are so tiny, right? I don't do RAW, and Canon uses 70 DPI for JPEGs, whereas Nikon uses 300. So unless you want to mess with the RAW files and do all these processing, JPEGs from Nikon are much bigger and much more detailed, you know. And I noticed this when I got the Canon. I emailed my brother, who's a big Canon fan, and I said, "Hey Alex, what's the deal with the 70 DPI on JPEGs?" And he said, "Oh, Canon always was like this." See, so that's Canon again. I always say, and that's why I switched to Canon, because Nikon cameras are, maybe mirrorless now are different, but in general, my personal belief is that Nikon cameras are superior for photography, while Canon cameras are superior for video, right? You know, the dual pixel AF, so it's fully automatic. You switch to movie mode on a Canon camera, like recent, starting from even Rebel T7i, and then of course all the bigger cameras. You know, you don't have to worry about focus. The dual pixel AF, awesome feature, you know, like especially for a YouTuber like me. You turn the camera towards yourself, you know. But then I realized that I bought that. I switched to Canon because I thought I would have one camera both for photography and video. And the truth is that you cannot, it's hard to have a camera that can do both well, right? And then I realized, like right now I'm recording. Look at this. Oh, and they have this, shoot. So I wanted to take a picture of like a rail tracks going far. Lots of land everywhere, empty land. So I'm pretty sure this Carrington, North Dakota, the land is cheap, like real estate is cheap. There's some kind of a sorting station. All right. And so yeah, I thought I would be using that Canon SL3 T7i for video, and I did shoot a couple of videos, but of course they're much heavier than, let's say, GoPro, right? And I did not notice any difference in views per video, and that's all I do. All right, that's the only type of videos I do is for YouTube, right? And so I personally prefer GoPro. I prefer small cameras, small factor cameras like this GoPro 8 I'm using right now. I love it. It's on this little monopod, which is telescopic. It doesn't take any space. I have a separate battery for this. The audio is great. Of course, the connoisseurs, experts, like this guy from London, what's his name? Like this famous photographer, he has a big YouTube channel. He's from London, Ontario. Forgot his name, but he tried this. He tried GoPro 8, but he's like, you know, a movie maker, right? He makes these little feature films, and his big thing into real, you know, movies and stuff like that. So he shoots super high quality stuff, and he's been using Canon 1DX Mark III for vlogging, which is total crazy because that camera doesn't even have stabilization, and he was using non-stabilized lenses, and you know, and he's recording and it's all over like this. So he found that one was good for YouTube, which, and then he tried GoPro 8, but he was shooting a video inside a building, and he did not like how the picture looked. Like, it was too noisy, because of course it's a small camera. It has a tiny sensor, so it's not good for dark conditions. But you know, for me, right, I'm outside. Anyway, for YouTube it works. So I'm happy to use small cameras for video, but for photography I want a nice quality camera that can do a nice picture. Look at that crazy dog. I think it's hungry. It wants to eat me. And so yeah, so the Canon R6 kept getting postponed. The lenses cost a fortune, RF lenses. And then I looked at this Nikon D850, which came out in 2017, and it's a super nice camera. And the gray model of this camera costs $50 cheaper than Canon R6, and it's available. And so I went to my favorite gray markets photography store in New Jersey online, and I bought the D850, and I bought the brand new but gray Nikon 70-200 f4, and then the second lens I got from B&H Photo, like a genuine US model, $750. It's a Tamron 35mm 1.4. That's the one I'm using, and it's not stabilized, but it's okay. I'm just, you know, you gotta use you know, slightly faster shutter speed. And they said with this camera you gotta be careful because it's so sharp that it's very easy to get blurry photos, you know, with such high resolution, 45 megapixels. You gotta be careful. And so that's what's happening. Yeah, so let's see, where is that store? Google Maps said 1.2 miles. And I think I did maybe 1/3 of a mile, so it's a long walk. So we'll see what kind of O-rings, and maybe I'll buy a whole new coupler, you know, that female coupler, and just replace it, you know, because I looked inside, I didn't see any issues with the rings. They're all there. Like, there's a white plastic ring, and then there's a black, beautiful Colorado, no, and then there's a black oh, check that out, Corvette. And then there's a black black O-ring. So they're all there. I did not see them being torn. So yeah, basically we're killing quite a few birds today with this video, and you get to see small town America. This is a big dealer. Chevy Buick Beset. Oh, kind of like what I showed you guys in Dryden, Ontario. Check that out. That's a bad boy Chevrolet. And very quiet. I'm the only guy walking as usual. Everybody else is driving, and they look at me like I'm an idiot or a bum, which of course, not sure why they would think that. I'm wearing my $10 Canadian pants from Walmart on my dirty sneakers, brand new 2 weeks ago, and they look like this after loading this baby Volvo excavator. Oh, I like this, you know, like if you want to look like a cop and scare people out of your way when you're driving in the fast lane. You want to have this, you know, like Suburban, black Suburban, and then you can maybe hire a couple of your friends that have the same thing, and you're driving 3 feet away from each other in a like this, you know, kind of like a president with 2 escorts. Check this out. Original price $50,000. Savings $355. Sale price $49,995. And people were telling me that my Challenger was expensive, which was 55,000 Canadian, and I got a $5,000 discount, 10%, and I got it for 50,000 Canadian. Like, here's a vehicle that cost 50,000 US. Wow. You know what I'm thinking? Like, in Russian, American people are very rich, very rich. Yeah, I cannot afford a car like that. Oh, and they even have some Mercedes over here. What is that? ML 400. Oh, maybe I'll take a picture of these. Yeah, I'll take a picture on the way back. I'll take a picture of that Suburban. I like that Suburban. And a picture of that monster Chevy truck. Now here's a cool car. Look at the plate. Hemi 54. A Royal 8. Dodge. Hello. Oh yeah, we have that's one more thing I wanted to stop by. There's a grocery store, a big grocery store, so I can have some food take with me to the border, but I cannot take it to Canada because you cannot bring veggies or meat across the country line. All right, where's this farm supply store? This is what? It's at the very end of town. So I just spent 20 bucks in there. Such a nice store. A Runnings. Never heard of this name. And check this out. I'm gonna show you what I bought. The guy inside was very helpful. Inside, like, there's a bunch of employees there. I told them what I need. I said, first off, I'm looking for O-rings, and I didn't know the exact size. I thought they were like 7/8 or 3/4. So he took me to these like big drawers there, and they're all different sizes, and so I got 2 of each. See, I got I think, yeah, these are like 47 cents, 50, 55. Yeah, I see the different size. And I got these, and then I saw in the where the couplers were, they had couplers. I saw these and just, oh, the heck, I'll buy these as well. You know, because these, you know, the more the merrier. You see? 1/2 inch replacement body seal kit. That's what it says. And then I started looking for the tools, and we found this. Amazing. Tecton 4-piece pick and hook set. So with these babies, I'm pretty sure I think I should start a business, basically. You know what I'm saying? So now that I have invested 20 bucks, well, this was $7.95, I can start a business. Need a seal changed? Call DRATCHEV. Seal changing experts. Wow, check this out. Full hook, 45-degree hook, 90-degree hook, and straight pick. Wow. So this will be to grab it, the old one, and I can probably use this to push it, to push the new one in. But again, I'm still kind of like dubious about this whole plan of changing the seals, because I look inside, even with the flashlight, I didn't see any like broken of the, you know, O-rings. But maybe, you know, all it takes, right? Maybe it just got nicked, you know, when I was pushing the hose inside. And I wanted to buy at least one coupler, but they're all different sizes, and I didn't take my measuring tape. You know, I was looking at the picture on my phone, but I could not be sure, and they're pretty expensive. There's like anywhere from $25 to 50 bucks, and I said no. I'll just buy these, and maybe if I cannot fix it myself, then I'll just find a hydraulics repair shop and I ask them to replace that coupler.